Welcome to Royal Secrets. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are accused of treating the Queen's burial like a business meeting. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have drawn criticism for turning a business meeting out of Queen Elizabeth. Royal analyst Camilla Tominey made this charge public in an interview with BBC News. The expert began by claiming that the Duchess of Sussex acted professionally when attending Queen Elizabeth's funeral outing. "When you're so on display, it's difficult." Additionally, the two couples' divergent styles have always been apparent. William and Kate are professional in their actions while also being approachable to the public. He continued, and then you've got Harry and Meghan who are more touchy-feely, before drawing a conclusion. Perhaps that also reflects their new position. Only one of the Queen's children will travel to the late monarch's final burial place with her. Prior to the late monarch's funeral, the Queen will go to the capital in the company of her lone daughter. Princess Anne, 72, will be the only member of the Queen's family to travel on Tuesday from Edinburgh to London in the Queen's coffin. Around 6 o'clock, the Queen's casket will fly into Edinburgh Airport. Prior to the funeral the following week in central London, Princess Anne will go with the casket to RAF Northolt in West London. The Very Reverend Prof. David Fergusson, Dean of the Chapel Royal in Scotland, will accompany the Princess Royal, according to Buckingham Palace. The aircraft will touch down at the RAF base just before 7 o'clock. After that, the coffin will be brought to Buckingham Palace and put in the Bow Room. This portion of the journey will be witnessed by King Charles and Queen Camilla. The Queen's remains will lie in state as it arrives in the nation's capital until her funeral on Monday, September 19. She will subsequently be driven in a hearse to Windsor, where she will lay next to the late Duke of Edinburgh at St. George's Chapel. On Sunday morning, Princess Anne was seen accompanying the Queen's casket as she left Balmoral for the last time. It's thought that the Princess Royal was present when her mother passed away. She was seated next to Vice Admiral Sir Timothy Lawrence, her husband, in the convoy that was following the Queen's coffin. At 10 o'clock on Sunday morning, the casket, draped in the Royal Standard of Scotland, went past the gates of Balmoral. From the royal family's estate in Aberdeenshire to the palace of Holyrood House in Edinburgh, the convoy is starting its journey. The town of Ballater, which is the closest to the Balmoral estate and has strong ties to the royal family, was rapidly passed through. On the Queen's lengthy journey to Edinburgh, hundreds of mourners are expected at every stop, like they did in Ballater. There will be a 6-hour travel time to St. Giles Cathedral. This past weekend, Princess Anne was photographed attending a service at a place of worship that the Queen sometimes frequented. At Crathy Kirk on Saturday, the Princess Royal was accompanied by a number of royal family members, including Prince Andrew and Prince Edward. Soon after, the Duke of York and Princess Anne's two children, Zara Tyndall and Peter Phillips, arrived at the Balmoral gates with Princess Anne, the Earl and Countess of Wessex, and Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie. The memorials for the late Queen that had been left at Balmoral's entryway were inspected by the Queen's relatives. There is a strong constitutional justification why Princes William and Harry cannot travel by plane together. A strong constitutional requires that Prince William and Prince Harry never fly in a plane together again. The order of the British royal succession has changed after the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. Prince William, the Queen's grandson, has taken over as the new Prince of Wales, and Prince Charles has now been crowned King Charles III. Prince Harry is currently sixth in line for the throne, behind Prince William. Prince William's offspring are the next in line to the throne after Prince Harry, but they are all very young.